Hey, hope you're having a great day. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to get a psychology major in less than a year. That's right, an entire 4-year bachelor's degree in psychology or other related fields as well in less than 1 year. I'll show you the process. We're going to jump over my computer, walk through it. If that sounds good, then let's dive in.
Hi, I'm Ryan Swayt, and I used to be a 2-time college dropout, making just $12 an hour. Then I learned how to hack college and earned an entire bachelor's degree in 9 months flat. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll show you how.
All right, so if you want a psychology major and you don't want to spend 4 to 6 years getting your bachelor's degree, you want to do this in less than a year, you're going to have to follow a pretty specific process. Now, the first thing you're going to need to do is you need to find a school that will allow you to accelerate at your own pace by testing out of classes. And essentially what that means is instead of doing the homework and reading the textbooks and doing the quizzes and sitting through lectures and all that, you're going to be basically studying for exams and taking exams. And if you're thinking like, man, exams are hard. Well, if you go the traditional way, you still have to take the exams, but you have to do all the other stuff too, right? This process, you pass the exams, you get full class credit, and you move on to the next class, and you can do it at your own pace, okay? Now, this is going to require choosing a university that has psychology programs that also allows you to accelerate and gives class credit for passing an exam. Since this is a psychology degree, it's a really specific degree, options are actually kind of limited for which schools you can attend. Most schools with psychology programs make you do it the traditional way. You're going to be sitting in a classroom for 4 to 6 years, but there are a few select options that might work for you that do have accelerated programs. So let's jump over to my computer and I'm going to show you which schools might be a good fit, okay? Now, I'm saving my personal favorite for last. I'm going to go through 3 different programs that might be a good fit. But the first 2 have very specific psychology programs, and the third has similar to psychology programs, but it's faster. So I'm going to show you all 3. Let's jump over. And the first one with a specific psychology program is Capella University, okay? This is a fairly well-known online college. It doesn't have like the strongest credentials in the world, but they have a psychology program, okay? So that's why I'm showing you this. So if we scroll down a little bit here, you are going to see it's a Bachelor's of Science in Psychology, okay? And there's 2 options. You can specialize in applied behavioral analysis or general psychology, okay? Now, something important here is, as you can see here, there's 2 different online programs. There's what's called Guided Path and Flex Path. You're going to definitely want to do this Flex Path program because it's self-paced instead of a teacher walking you through everything. Okay, this is going to allow you to accelerate. And if we scroll down here, as you can see, Flex Path lets you finish the degree you started with a bachelor's in psychology in 15 months for $15,000, okay? That's really cheap. That's really fast. Way, way better than going and sitting in a 4-year school. But something on top of this, if you get government grants, if you go apply for FAFSA and get government grants, it should pay for your tuition. So this might be completely erased with grants, or scholarships as well can be great. And then you can do it in almost a year. I'll show you a program in just a second that's going to be even faster. But yeah, this is 2 different psychology degrees. If you use FlexPath, you can do it in 15 months. I will say this says based on the fastest 25% of students. Well, here's the thing. Most students take longer, and it's because they don't know how to accelerate. Well, this channel is all about teaching you what to do. So if you go in knowing what to do, and you can even like book a consultation with me for free, if you know what to do, you should expect to be on the faster end, okay? Because you have a good idea of how to accelerate without jumping over hurdles and jumping through hoops that the school throws at you. Now, the next school I want to talk about, this is a little bit different approach, okay? You may have heard of this, but it's called Thomas Edison University. It's not my favorite personal university. A lot of people like it though, and I do think it's a good school for certain situations and certain students, and that's why I'm going to show you this. So they do have, as you can see, a bachelor's in psychology. It's a bachelor's of arts in psychology. Okay. Now, with Thomas Edison University, most of their classes you cannot test out of. Okay. But they do have a certain type of class called TCEP, TECEP. It's basically their exam program where if you take TCEP classes and pass an exam, you get to skip the class and move on to the next. But on top of that, Thomas Edison University accepts a lot of transfer credits. So you've probably heard of CLEP exams or Sophia.org exams or Study.com exams or Straighterline exams. Well, you can take a huge bulk of your classes through those third-party exam services and then transfer those credits over to Thomas Edison State University and then take as many TCEP exams to finish that last chunk that you're going to need. And then hopefully you end up with just a couple of traditional classes that you have to take online. That's another way to get a psychology degree in less than a year. So you'll have to basically look, and here's like a list of classes that you're required to take to earn this degree. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at these classes and you're going to map out which third-party exams will count for these classes so that you don't actually have to take these classes at the school. Make sure you call an advisor at the school and try to map this out with their approval so that you're not just shooting from the hip. Okay. So that's the process there to get a psychology degree in less than a year. Okay. Now, the last school I want to talk about, this is my personal favorite. I love this school. I love the university. I think their programs are amazing. Their quality of education is amazing. They only charge you for tuition every 6 months. So if you get a degree in 6 months, you only have to pay 1 semester worth of tuition. And they're regionally accredited. And almost all of their degree programs, they'll let you take exams. And when you pass those exams, you get credit for the class. So it's structured really well for students who want to accelerate. And it's Western Governors University. Now, they don't offer a psychology degree, but they do offer a handful of degrees that can still get you jobs in the psychology and counseling fields. So my thought is study out what field you want to go to and what jobs you want, and then what degrees can open those doors for you, and then get the easiest degree possible that's highly accredited to basically open that door for you. Okay, so this might be a good thing for you. I'll leave this link down below in the description, but it's basically degrees that they offer that can get you into the counseling or psychology fields. Now, as you can see here, there's a Bachelor's of Science in Health Services Coordination. This degree can get you a patient advocate job, patient educator, care coordinator, so you can work with patients and help them, like psychology-based patients. Another is going to be a B of S, Bachelor's of Science in Business Administration, but Human Resources Management. So basically, you're training employees for companies, you're hiring people, you're interviewing people, you're doing things like that. But this is there's a huge need for HR in the healthcare field. So you can get into like a psychology center or something and be working in the HR department, and you can be like training employees and all sorts of cool stuff like that. That's really cool as well. There's one here that's it's a nursing degree in psychiatric mental health. So if you want to be a nurse in psychiatric mental health, there's a good program here. And then a master's degree in healthcare leadership, educational leadership. So these are all, like, if you look at the psychology field, if you want to work at like a psychiatric center or something like that, lots of these degrees get you really, really good jobs in that industry. So it depends on what job you're looking for. If you want to be like a certified counselor, one of the degrees from the other schools might be better to get you there. But if you want to work in the field in any of these areas, this is a degree that's probably going to cost you less and you're probably going to be able to do it faster. You can earn degrees from Western Governors University in as little as 6 months, okay? So those are the 3 schools, but there's kind of a catch to all of this, okay? And the catch is you can accelerate these degrees, but the universities don't want you to graduate faster because guess what? The longer you're enrolled in school, the more money you have to pay in tuition. So the schools actually don't teach you how to accelerate their degree programs and graduate in as little as 6 months. That's why if you look at these schools and you look at average graduation times, those average graduation times are going to be closer to 3 years, which is way better than the national average. The national average is like 5 to 6 years to get a bachelor's degree. So these programs are faster right off the bat, even if you don't know how to accelerate. But if you know how to accelerate, you can get these degrees in as little as 6 months. Now, I did this myself. I earned a bachelor's degree in 9 months with a full-time job and a wife and kids. I literally did it in my free time, okay? If you want to know the process and how to do this, I'm going to leave a link to a video down below in the description. And basically, I call the process degree hacking. It's a 3-step process to get your degree in literally as little as 6 months while paying very minimal money out of pocket, okay? So I'll leave that link to that video down below in the description. If you've liked this video, if it's added value to your day, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell, and you'll start seeing more videos of me teaching you how to hack college and save a whole bunch of money on tuition. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in the next video.